This channel supports Extra Life in its efforts to raise money for the Children's Miracle Network. For more information about how to donate and join in their efforts, go to the link displayed here. Extra Life. Play games, heal kids. What up, everybody? This is your boy Black Magus, back with another drunken old man rant, and I'm going to talk about shooting your shot, but in a different way. Fellas, sometimes when you want to shoot your shot, it's not wise to do so without permission. What am I talking about? I know that sounds weird, but I'm talking about something that I saw. So I've been catching up on Insecure, and there's a particular episode in season 2 where Issa Rae and her high school friend, who she got a thing for and has a thing for her, serious thing for her, by the way. Side note, yo, that motherfucker needs to like run away from her. I know I'm not the one to talk, as I tend to get into situations like that where there's someone who I deeply care about and I like, you know, always have had a thing for, and I don't know how to walk away. But fuck that. As someone who's had experience in this and can tell you that it's bullshit to keep doing it, he needs to stop doing that shit, you know, because yeah, she probably does like him and care about him, but probably not in the way that he needs her to, because yeah, she kind of take advantage, but that's just my opinion on that. Moving on. So there was a situation where they got into it, you know, they were having relations, and she decided to go down on him. And, you know, side note again, she should blame her friends for what happened, because her friends hyped her up to this shit. You know, she said that she wasn't really into that, but they were like, yo, you should do that because sometimes you just gotta do that for a dude, blah blah blah. So she decided, you know what, I'm gonna give him, like, you know, some head. And so she went, and by the way, I'm looking at TV and Olivia Munn is looking kind of nice on this screen. I don't pay attention much to her, but yo, she's looking kind of good on the Daily Show. Anyway, sorry, side note again, apologies. But yeah, so she's doing it, and it gets to the point where he's about to come, and he grabs her head and then like busts off in her face. Now, look, guys, you can't make these assumptions. It's really not like wise. I actually got into an argument about this with a friend. I won't go to that point. But at the end of the day, we both kind of acknowledge the fact that he shouldn't have did that thinking that she was into that. You know, you can't just do that. Just because a girl is willing to go down on you doesn't mean that you probably should just let off. Like, they're not all porn stars. Stop letting Pornhub hype the fuck out of you and make you think that, yo, so I mean, this is acceptable. Granted, I sort of understand his confusion, as she's never done this for him before. So he got a little overexcited, overexuberated, and thought that, like, you know, she wasn't just going from 0 to 10, she was going to 0 to 100. Which, nah, you can't make that assumption. You gotta be careful about this shit. And she was pissed, and she was rightfully pissed, because, you know, that's not what she was there for. But, you know, it's like, yo, just try to, like, put some thought. I know, especially in that situation, it's probably kind of hard, because you don't really think. Like, I know for me, I don't like to be in that situation. That's probably why I'm not a big, like, oral sex guy as far as receiving, because I overthink things anyway, and I'm very, very self-conscious, and the thought of doing that to a woman isn't like appealing to me like that. Like, if that's what she's into, okay, I prefer not to, as to avoid like complications in situations like what happened on Insecure. That's just, but again, that's me being over, like, and over sensitive maybe, or just overthinking the situation. But in that case, that's shooting a shot like in which you shouldn't. That's a shot that you should look at your coach and be like, yo, do I have clairvoyance to shoot the 3? And if the coach says no, don't. If the coach doesn't like make it clear, be careful, because you may not be, you know, in a position to make that call and fucking like not get, you know, chewed out for that, for just taking a dumb shot. You know, I know some guys like to do that shit in a very disrespectful manner because they think it's funny. Like, I've had conversations with other guys who've been like, yo, sometimes you just like say, oh, I won't do it, and then you do it, and you be like, oops, and all that. It's like, y'all really think that's cute? That's fucking not cute at all. That's disrespectful as hell. That you're actually lying and setting up the situation to do this to them. To like no, that's foul. Like, I don't understand how some dudes can do that type of shit. But like, even if you're not intentionally trying to do it, fellas, just, you know, give her a warning, say something at least, you know. And if she is fine with it, then go with it. Like, I've had a situation similar to that where a woman was doing that to me, and I was like, okay, I'm about to blow, and I was like warning her and trying to like steer myself away, but she was like, nah, you ain't going nowhere, motherfucker. And that happened. That was what she wanted. You know, it should be their choice for stuff like that, or at least a discussion should be had before stuff like that happen, and like what you're into as far as that. Should never make that assumption that that's what they want, because a lot of times women feel some type of way about it, and you know, maybe it's because a lot of us guys don't feel some type of way. Like, I would love to like hear from a fella who has gone down on a woman and didn't like the fact that she's coming in his face. But you find that rarely happening, I think. I've never had the discussion with anybody, so it would be interesting to have that type of discussion with another guy. But for the most part, guys are comfortable with it. But just because you're comfortable with it doesn't mean someone else is comfortable with it in reverse. You know what I mean? So you got to be very like thoughtful and conscientious of that stuff. So in short, don't shoot that shot without any type of red light. It's just like baseball, and you have a 3-0 count. Sometimes you had to look over to the manager and see if he gives you the red light to swing at whatever the fuck you want, because in this situation it might be pivotal for you to get on base, you know, by a walk rather than trying to like knock one out the park. I don't know if that makes sense, but fuck it, that's the analogy that we're going with. Anyway, as always, feel free to hit me up. Let me know what you think, and I'll holler at you later. This your boy Blak, Magus, and I'm out. Deuces.